Okay, so welcome everybody again to the final week of Smai Tawi or Kemetic Yoga, and hopefully this evening we'll get through the full sequence, and that will be the close of this sequence. But just to remind you that this was a very specific sequence, primarily focused on standing postures, and also telling a story of the dawn of creation, moving through to the first embodied presence of consciousness, through the struggle of embodied consciousness to wake up and realize its true nature, and eventually the victory in doing that. And that's kind of the general theme of the postures that we've engaged in. There are many other other postures within Smai Tawi. You could probably count them up to 26, and then there'd be various variations that we can do from that as well. And some of these postures that we've learnt in this standing sequence also kind of are a variation on a theme to enhance the flow, if you like. So hopefully you found this series interesting and maybe even inspiring, and at some point maybe want to take your journey further with Smai Tawi. And but for now, after tonight, the last one of these will be on the YouTube channel. The link is in the messages, and you can go to it at your leisure and continue with the series. Start at the beginning again, or just go to the full practice, and you could just use it as a full practice at home. It has been, I just want to give thanks actually to Cumbria Yoga Foundation, who were the ones that secured the funding to bring Smai Tawi to Cumbria and the wider community for those who were interested. So a big shout out going to them, and wishing them all the best in their continued ventures and bringing yoga and Smai Tawi and various different approaches around yoga to Cumbria. And long may it continue. But for now, let's get into our final class. So if you'd like to come to our start position, Uar Capri, by now you probably know what that is. So coming to rest on the back, feet about 2 foot apart, and the arms at the side body also about 1 foot away from the side body, palms facing up. And just first come to a natural breath and allow that breath and the body to take the support of the floor. So breathing naturally, yielding the weight of the body to the floor. Feeling all the points of connection of the body in connection with the floor. And through those points of connection, just find a sense of softening and yielding. And then we'll go into 9 rounds of the purification breath. So we inhale through the nose, slow, deep. We meet the top of the inhalation, we pause, we open the mouth, and we release. We meet the pause at the end of the exhalation, closing the mouth, and then begin another inhalation. It's important to meet the pause at the end of both the inhalation and the exhalation. And having a sense of release, of purification, letting go through the breath all and any excess energy that we've been holding in the body. Probably one more breath and then just come back to 4 parts breath, but breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, but still meeting for a moment the turning point from in-breath to out-breath to in-breath. So we're just in Uar Capri, and we've just done our purification breaths, and we're just continuing with the 4 parts breath, in through the nose, out through the nose, meeting the momentary pauses at the end of the inhalation, end of the exhalation. This is just really about arriving to practice. Discharging any excess energy and just preparing the body to come into Smai Tawi, into yoga, into union through movement, breath, and also the embodiment of the Neteru, gods and goddesses, or aspects of nature, or the nature of consciousness, Neteru. And then either following the system of sitting up by lifting up the head, bringing the legs up, placing the palms underneath the buttocks, raising the legs up upright and using those as a fulcrum to bring you up, or any other way that you can come up into a seated posture. And also bringing the left fist just below the solar plexus and the right fist on top in a sesh pose, so equivalent to seated posture. And just continuing with the 4 parts breath, but now in an upright position. And have a sense of lengthening through the core. So the core in this sense is the space running from the perineum all the way up to the crown of the head. The central channel, central axis, Jed, the Jed pillar, steadfast. the primary channel in both classical yoga and ancient Smai Tawi. Also in Taoist yoga. So when we're in this Nifratum posture, the seated reference is Sesh pose, but as our hands are like this, we're in Nifratum, which is the baby Heru, and normally depicted sitting on a lotus. And we can have a focus of really feeling into Jed, that central column. You might even want to get a sense of drawing the breath down through the crown, through this central column, reaching the perineum, and then exhaling back up through this column, out through the crown, still with the 4 parts breath. And releasing that. And again, whichever way works for you best, come in up onto your feet and onto your mat. And we can come straight to the Mukut pose with the heels together, feet slightly pointing out, making Mukut, or the shape of a triangle, pyramid with the feet. And we'll just open with Ankh. So inhaling, 2 parts inhale, inhaling, arms coming up, palms facing up. Pause for just a second, then keep inhaling until the fingertips come and touch each other at the top of the head, and then rotate round the palms and exhale out, lowering the arms down. And once again, raising the arms up, shoulder height, pause for a moment, keep inhaling, fingertips touch, and turn the arms around and exhale, lowering them down. One more Ankh, coming up, and continue, and exhale. And just gently allowing the chin to drop to the chest, and just through 3 gentle rotations in one direction, 4 rotations, and then 3 rotations in the other direction. Coming to rest with the chin on the chest after the second set of 3 rotations. Just allow for a natural breathing gesture unless otherwise instructed. Chin on the chest, begin to weave the head left to right, right to left. Chin stays on the chest for a few, and then slowly lifting the chin away from the chest, raising the head up, raising the head up, And when it feels as though it's coming to sit fully upright, let that weave turn into a little wobble until it finds rest. And just pausing there for a moment. And 3 rotations of the shoulders back. And then forwards. And relaxing there for a moment. And we're just going to transition through to wide leg stance, and as you know, we do this by moving towards a transitionary movement of car, spirit, transferring the weight, car, open both feet, exhale, arms down by the side. And we can either place the hands just on the hips there or behind the low back, and we just bend forward as comfortably as is for you, come up back to center, and then little bend the knees, little back bend, back to center. Do this 3 times. So one set is a forward bend, back to center, back bend, back to center. That is a complete set. So do 3, and come back to center. Relax the arms, and while we're here, we're just going to begin with loose arms, rotating round, looking behind you. Keep the arms loose. And then, as we're doing this, we're going to transition to casting the net. So that's when we take the hands right behind us, we clasp the net, and we release the net as we come back round at the centre. Grasp the net behind you, release in front. So, of course, Nile, great river, fish in. And then we transition into retrieving the net, reach across the body, bouncing the knees, pull the net into the waist, onto the hip. And just come back in, just relaxing that a little. We will just transition through car to close my cut. And just bring in one foot slightly forward and rotating over the toes. Making little circles. And then the opposite direction. And switch, opposite leg. Rotating over the toes. And then the other direction. And just give those a little shake out. And as we've come out of a standing posture, we may as well keep our feet wide. So just a little gentle warm up. We're not doing all the warm ups I introduced you to all the way back in week 1, because we've got more of the sequence to go through, but we've warmed up the main areas of the body. And remember, always take supreme care of yourself, only go as far as is comfortable for you. It's not competitive either for yourself. You're not competing within yourself, and you certainly aren't competing against anybody else. And so for this last little bit of the warm-up, we inhale the arms up, palms come together, We exhale, bringing them down through the midline. Release, we bend the knees as though we're going to sit. Inhaling as we almost touch the floor. We're exhaling as we're rolling back up. And inhale again, raise the arms up. Exhale, coming down, sitting. Inhaling. Exhaling as we start to push ourselves back up. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhaling, sitting. Release the hands. Inhaling. Exhaling as we start to roll back up. And release, just staying there for a moment. We're going to go straight into Nukpu Nun, the primordial ocean. So again, it's a squat posture. Go as low as is comfortable for you. Inhale, raise the arms up. Hands come to Sema, prayer hands. We exhale, come to squat. Inhale, lengthen through the back. Sit the bottom down as far as is comfortable for you. And we begin Nukpu Nun. So we're inhaling, we're releasing the fingertips. We make the Makut. Fingertips separate all the way. Gentle back bend. And then as we exhale, we're coming back down, making our mudra all the way back down. Nukpu Nun. Take a breath here. Next inhale, coming up, pushing through the feet. Separating Makut, separate the fingers and the hands. And then exhaling, coming back down. Take a breath. Check your posture. Inhale, going up again. Exhale, coming down. And as again, take a breath just here for a moment or a few as we transition into Nukpu Shu, separating in heaven and earth. So inhaling, coming up, this time with Lotus Mudra. Arms come together, then separate, out to the sides, up onto the toes, separate heaven and earth. Exhale, little bend in the knees, arms come down again. Inhale, separate, exhale, come down, inhale, push up, exhale, down, inhale, push up, exhale, down, inhale, push up, exhale, down, inhale, push up. See if you can hold there for a moment, take a few breaths, separating heaven and earth, Shu pose, Nukpu Shu. Exhale, control, heels come back to the floor, arms come all the way down. Turning the feet so that they're kind of pointing forward as we transition into Nukpu Asar / Aset, taking the throne. So we inhale, we lower the seat, we raise the arms up, point the fingers forwards. We exhale, we push through the feet. All the way, hands transition past the thighs, come up onto the toes and extend the wrists. Inhale, coming down, taking the seat and becoming the throne. Exhale, coming up. Inhale, taking the throne and becoming the throne. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. All nice and slow and methodical. One more. And come up. This time stay on the flat feet. Transition through Ka into closed Makut. Turn the palms to face forward. Move them out away from the side body. Little bend in the elbows. Salket. Integration pose. Come to the breath. And take 9 4-part breaths. When you've done 9 breaths, just let the hands rest against the side body. Let the breath find its own natural breathing gesture. As we move into the third triad, so a set takes flight. So as we inhale, we keep the palms facing down, raise the arms up, lengthen through the body, backs of the hands come together, and then as we exhale, we rise onto the toes, the breeze underneath the wings, as it were. And then as we inhale, we lower ourselves back down onto the heels. Knees are bent, arms are coming back up. And as they almost come to touch, we lengthen through the body. And then exhaling, raising up onto the toes. Inhaling, lowering down, raising the arms up. We want to focus on grace and poise, control, lengthening through the body as we inhale and raise the wings, keeping the body long as we exhale and raising up onto the toes. Grace and poise. That is very much part of the nature of a set. Great goddess of love, compassion. Also of magic. Taking your time. One can include a visualization or see yourself completely as a set to embody even more. And last one, arms just coming down. Bringing them in front of the body, one slightly lower than the other. A set's embrace. Inhale, opening, The arms lifting the chest, tilting the head back. And then as we close the arms, bringing them, wrapping them around the body, bending at the knees, keeping the back long and straight, tucking the chin towards the chest. Inhale, opening. Exhale. Coming, wrapping round, bending the knees. Inhale, opening. Exhale, coming in. So set's embrace. Remembering to tuck the chin when you come down and lift the chest and the chin when you open in and expanding. Arms alternating with each embrace. One underneath, one on top. Keeping the knees together on the exhalation as we come down. Last one, coming up, open, and release the arms down. Poise and grace again as we move to transition through moving car. So the spirit returns to asar. So this time as we inhale, we go up onto the toes. As we exhale, we, with control, lower back down onto the flat feet. So inhaling, raising the arms up. Exhaling, lowering down. There's a momentary pause to really feel the car posture. Sanuat. Raising the spirit. In Smai Tawi, there are 9 parts to a human. In classical yoga, there are 9 bodies. There are 5 bodies. 5 layers of the self. Smai Tawi, there are 9. And we certainly haven't had time to go into all of those. The bar, the car, the ab. And just relaxing down. And because we're already here now, let's again move to Salket, integration pose, turn the palms to face forward, move the arms out, little bend in the elbows, come to the breath, 9, 4 parts breathing. Again, this is about integrating the embodiment and also the shifts of Sekhem moving through the energy body, the embodiments affecting the subtle body or the psyche. And after your 9th 4 parts breath, just again release the hands down by the side. And let the breath find its own natural breathing gesture. As we move into primarily the Heru sequence. So if we're all there, we make our Kemetic fists. Inhaling, transferring the weight into the right leg first, lifting the left leg. Exhaling, stepping forward, drive with the right knee, heel, toes, come upright. Inhale, twist to the right, opening up the arms. Exhale, looking along the back arm, which is your right arm. Inhale, head back to center. Exhale, look along the front arm, left arm. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, rotate round, so now the body's facing forward, arms still out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge, keeping a long back, lowering the arms down. Either the left hand rests on the shin, or both the fingertips, both hands come together just in front of the big toe. Inhale, shift the back hip back, and just slide the right hand up the left, across the chest, opening, looking up to the right hand. Exhale, float that long right arm down, rejoining the left hand. Inhale, opening the arms again. Exhale, raising the torso. Inhale, lift the back heel. Exhale, step back. Arms come to the side. Beautiful. Inhaling, putting the weight into the left leg, lifting up the right. Exhaling, stepping forward with the right, heels, toes. Inhale, lengthen through the body. And then as we exhale, we turn to the left. Raising the arms up. Exhale, look along the back arm. Inhale, head back to center. Exhale, turn the head, look along the front arm. Inhale, head back to center. Exhale, rotate round, arms still long. Inhale, just lengthen. Exhale, hinging. And then lowering the arms. Now the right hand comes to the right shin, or both fingertips together in front of the big toe. And we shift the hips back, slide in the arm, the left hand up and across the chest, to open, to turn the head to look up at the left hand. And that point we exhale, float the arm down again, joining the right hand. Inhale, open the arms. Exhale, raise the torso. Inhale, lift the back heel. Exhale, step back. Beautiful. We're going to go straight into Heru Ompu. So, or sometimes known as Henu Ompu. So the jubilation pose, and also Heru offering his unique individuated self to the absolute self. So as we inhale, we raise the arms up, palms facing down, backs and the hands come together. We exhale, we bend the elbows, and then we rotate the hands round, making Lotus Mudra, center of the chest. We inhale, putting the weight into the right leg, lifting the left. And as we exhale, we step forward and we reach the hands forward as well, at chest height. And then we're going to inhale, bring the left hand to the chest, right hand goes back at a right angle. Keep looking over the left shoulder. And then as we exhale, we rotate back round. And we would normally do that 3 times. So we're going to do another 2 times. Inhale, turn, go over the left, exhale, come back, inhale, exhale, come back. And again from there, inhale the back heel up, exhale, fold the hands back in, stepping back. Inhale, raising the arms up, backs of the hands come together. Exhale, bending the elbows, rotate round, Lotus Mudra. Inhale, transferring the weight into the left leg, lifting up the right. Exhale, stepping forward, reaching forward with the arms. This time we rotate to the left, bring the right fist to the chest, left fist back and up. Inhale, keeping the head looking over the right shoulder. Exhale, twist back, hands come back together. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, exhale. Inhale, back heel up. Exhale, stepping back, folding back in. Beautiful. And at this point we use transition car to come to wide-legged stance. So transitioning. Then just raise car arms. And then let the back arm continue with the rotation. And as the left arm comes through, the right arm goes back. And we start to create the Ra's orbit. Bringing the hand over the head. It's a really big circle. Let the waist also come into play. So you've got a bit of a rotation, not just with the arms and the shoulders, but also the waist and the hips. As we move through Ra's orbit, it's a big move. It doesn't have to be done fast, and we want it so that the palms are always in alignment with each other. So as one hand's at 6, the other's at 12, as one hand's at 3 as it were, the other's at 9 on a clock face. And this is not just a static pose, but can also be a moving pose where we would step forwards and backwards, but we'll keep it static for this class. And last one, bring the arm round and down. Transition car, back into Mukut. Beautiful. And just move into the Jed pillar posture, or Sas pillar. Bringing our Kemetic fists. Left hand comes to the right breast. Right hand comes to the left. Lengthen through the whole of the body. Bring some awareness to that central channel again. Relax the buttocks. So we want to feel grounded and connected through our feet. We want to feel upright and also centered through that central axis, the Jed pillar. And come to 4 parts breath. Remembering that Jed means steadfast. Steadfast to your Smai Tawi practice. And also in a SARS Jed pillar, we have the crook and the flail, self-mastery, self-discipline. And just as you're integrating here, so I talked about there are many other postures. Sobek or Sobek crocodile, which is akin to what's often known as pigeon pose or swan pose. It's some difference. There's also the wheel, there's also the plough or geb. There's also nut or sky, which is similar to downward facing dog, sometimes also referred to as makut as well. Scarab pose. Another version of Selket, because she's also often represented as a scorpion, so the scorpion pose. And releasing the arms from a SARS pillar, and we'll move into a Set's victory pose. So again, transferring the weight into the right leg, lifting the left, drive with the right knees. That's where the bend comes as you take the left foot not too far forward, and heels, toes, and then just bending the knees, lowering the right knee all the way down to the floor, keeping the toes curled under, so you're on the balls of the toes, and ideally the toes of the left foot want to be in line with the right knee. And we just open the arms up, reach through the fingers, and we are in a Set's victory pose. Just taking a few breaths here. Lower the arms, push up through the feet. Back heel is probably still up. Step the left foot back. Transferring the weight into the left leg on the inhale, lifting the right. Exhaling, stepping the right foot slightly forward. Lengthen, and then bending the knees, coming down now onto the left knee. Making the adjustments you need to, and then raising the arms up. Once again, a Set's victory pose. Reach through those fingers. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release the arms down. Just leaning forward, taking the weight off the back toes. Bring the other knee to the ground. If you can, comfortably sit back for a moment, sit back. This is another sesh pose that we could use for meditation. But again, just resting the hands in front of you on the mat, crossing the ankles behind you, rolling back. Long legs. Slide so that you can be comfortably lay on your mat, and just finding your way down. Feet about 2 foot apart. We'll make our little Makut Mudra. We don't always have to do this, but it's good. So left hand comes in contact with the torso, right hand rests on top, the two thumbs come together making a makut or pyramid kind of at the height of the sternum, keeping the upper arms of each side resting on the mat. Come to the breath. Four parts breath. Breathing in, meet the pause. Breathing out, meet the pause. And then let control of the breath go. Let it find its own natural rhythm, depth and pace. Feeling into the body. Noticing the flow of Sekhem maybe. The body should feel a little more open, but also a little bit more vital, energized. Maybe a little bit more relaxed. And again, this is different from the corpse pose in classical Indian yoga. The theme here is resurrection. So one should have a sense of feeling renewed after your Smai Tawi. And then when you're ready, releasing your mudra, bring the hands down to the side, slide the feet, knees pointing up, gently lift, place the hands underneath the buttocks, lengthen the legs, lift the head off the floor and hinge in. Forward. Just sitting in a comfortable seated posture. You can still tune into the flow of Sekhem in the body. just as we move towards the close, if it's helpful, again you can bring left fist, right fist, and tune into the Jed pillar, the central channel, heart of the energy body. So just offering thanks and gratitude to all the seen and the unseen forces that have supported this 10-week course. Thanks and gratitude for the power that supplied the light and the technology for holding. And of course, thanks and gratitude for each one of you who've been attending over these past 10 weeks. For giving me the opportunity to share Smai Tawi with you. And maybe at some point I may be able to do that live in person, which would be really good. And just acknowledging and giving thanks and gratitude for the Netaru, on whom these beautiful movements are created for and based upon, so that we may embody the qualities of these aspects of nature, of consciousness. And I would say with regular practice, that certainly can happen. So much thanks to all of the teachers who came before us and created these sequences, these postures, for their understanding, for their own self-mastery and self-discipline, without which they would not have been revealed and offered to us today. And finally, just giving an acknowledgement and thanks and gratitude to the source of all things, in whatever name or form it presents itself. That which gives life to everything, that which is life of everything. And long may we continue to be blessed with the flow of life until it's our time to offer it back and make way for new. May each one here be blessed. May all those who attended be blessed, and may the fruits of our practice be received as a blessing by all beings in all times and spaces. So let it be said, so let it be done. Ashe, 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 Onk, Ujab, Seneb. Blessings, blessings, blessings. So I'm just going to pause. You can find the whole sequence on my YouTube channel, BlackBodyHeart-MindYoga. The link is in the chat. I think everybody here has already got it. I sent it maybe via email. And please, I've put it on there. It's free to access. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. It was originally created in order to provide some practices for black and brown bodies who were experiencing racialized trauma. But regardless of the colour of body that you're in, the practices work for anybody. But it was designed for that. And again, thank you all for showing up and going through this process. And I would say look out for any synchronicities. All of a sudden, maybe kinetic images, kinetic messages might show up in your life. They may have already done so over these past 10 weeks, because that's how the universe flows. We do a thing, we enter a stream of a thing, and then all of a sudden, other things start to align for us around deepening into that thing that we've entered into. and you all entered into the practice of Smai Tawi. So that in itself is a blessing. But I say now, good night and rest well, and yeah, stay blessed. Hope to see you all at some point, some way in the future. Peace.